Hi, Bizzy here. Be love, be light, believe. Thank you for joining me on the Bizzy Show today. It's nice out. Decided to go for a stroll. Found a sweet spot with some pretty flowers. And there's a train in the background. I wandered here today, went on one of my wanders. I sometimes like to leave and drive and find a spot and walk and wander. It's one of my joys. The joy of wandering without having any real destination. I do this a lot and I find like the neatest things. Anyway, I've come here today to sit in nature, and I wanted to talk about affirmations. A few years ago, I started doing affirmations, and then I started writing my own affirmations. Affirmations are basically statements about yourself that you can say out loud or just think them, and it really can help change your overall mindset. It's another way to reset feelings of unease or feelings of anxiety or panic. It always helps me remember who I am and why I'm here and what my purpose is. The strongest type of affirmations are I am statements. I am is one of the most powerful phrases that you can say to yourself or think to yourself or say out loud. And I used to, before I was working on my self-healing, I would have negative thoughts. And I would think negative things, I am, and then something negative after that. And I've come to figure out that those thoughts and those feelings attached to those thoughts were programming from childhood and adulthood. Me listening to what other people think of me, basically, and then I programmed it in my brain, and then I kept it there. When I started to write my own affirmations, I reprogrammed myself. I reprogrammed the way I think about myself. I reprogrammed everything, really. I am a powerful, divine feminine. I am magic. I am nature come to life. I am a spirit living a human experience. I am beautiful. I am free. I am strong. I am one of a kind. I am connected to all the interconnectedness of this world. I am you. I am me. I am everything. I am energy. I am here now in this moment, speaking these words, hoping to empower someone else out there. I am free to be the authentic me. I am resilient. I am intelligent. I am a problem solver. I laugh at that one because I've always seen patterns in my life and recognized when things felt off, and a lot of the times when I was a kid, people would just shrug me off. No one would listen to me. No one would believe me. It's the worst feeling in the world. To be vulnerable and to share your innermost thoughts and to share experiences with someone else, for them to just either, sometimes people would just stare back at me with blank stare, or I would get, oh, you can't be that way, or what are you, stupid, or that's not the way to think, or, you know, other phrases of people trying to get me to mold myself to fit into this so-called nonsense society that exists, that many of us in the awakening spiritual sense, we see the nonsense. We see that people don't want to think for themselves. They like being in a box. They like having someone else tell them what the rules are and how to be and who to be and work this many hours a week because that's just what someone decided one day. Or, I mean, each of us is gifted with, we're all gifted, and we were brought here to learn our gifts, tune our gifts, and then share our gifts. We weren't brought here to be robots in a machine that feeds a larger machine, so that just a few people, a small percentage, can live some luxurious lifestyle. We don't even need that, all of those things. And then they want us to feed the system and bust our asses our whole lives until we retire, and then our bodies are falling apart by this point, you know? And it's nonsense. Everyone should be living a life that they enjoy every day. Imagine what this world would be like if people were actually joyful and happy and content in their lives, instead of fighting this resistance. And I don't know, a lot of this stuff never even made sense to me. My whole life has just not ever made sense to me. Sitting in boxes, wearing uncomfortable clothing. Now we're all trapped in our houses, if you've even got a house. So many people are facing homelessness, and it's ridiculous. This whole thing is ridiculous. And And we've been primed to fear a disease, yet no one's fearing the cure, when the people who made sure that we feared the disease are the same people feeding us the cure. Is it really a cure? I don't know. I will tell you that I caught the COVID, and I healed from the COVID. I changed my diet. I got more exercise and meditated. It really messed with my mind, the COVID. I almost wanted to give up. I spent almost a whole year afraid of getting the COVID, getting it. I thought, I was so scared, like everyone else has been scared, and then I got it, and it was a bad flu, body-wise, but honestly, the most confusing part about the whole thing was when I was sick, I wanted to give up. It really took me back to like a place where I was like years ago before I started on this spiritual journey. And I almost gave up. I wasn't eating. I wasn't getting out of bed for those couple of weeks. I was just so tired. My body was fighting it off, the virus. And I didn't tell anyone I was sick. I was afraid of the stigma of catching the COVID and what people would think. How ridiculous is that? I'm actually grateful that I caught it and that I healed from it, because I am in the best shape of my life. That whole experience, and it was right before Christmas, in December, and certainly don't want to ever fear something so much, because inevitably anything that you fear, you manifest into your life, because energy is everything and everything is energy. And when you focus on that which you fear, your choices and actions will lead you to what you're fearing, because you're so focused on that which you fear. I find that whenever I get into a fear mode and I'm anxious and I'm reliving anything in flashbacks, one of the ways that I get myself back to where I need to be in my present moment is to use affirmations. And focusing on the positive qualities of myself takes me right out of that fear mode and puts me back up in a high vibration, where I like to be, where we all should aspire to be. This isn't a competition. None of this is a competition. This experience that we're all in, we have been trained to compete. We have been trained to, this person is better than that person because of money, or because of status, or because of the way someone looks, or because of the career that someone has. The only person anyone should be competing with is their own self. I know that I feel better today than I felt yesterday. And that's enough for me. I also know that all of the things that have occurred in my life prior to this moment right here with me recording myself, I'm grateful for. Even the tough, traumatic stuff. And there's a lot. I've been through a lot of crap because I learned at a young age to give my power away to people that were supposed to be my caretakers. And I had to learn to survive. And to feel safe, I had to compromise myself. And I had to compromise my behavior. And I had to compromise even my own thoughts about myself. It's been a long journey, and I still have a long way to go. Thank you, son, for joining us. Feels so good. I am grateful. That's the best affirmation. If you want to start doing affirmations, say, I am grateful for, and just over and over again, just say, I am grateful for the earth. I am grateful for the sun. I am grateful for the moon. I am grateful for the rain. I am grateful for all of the people who I have been blessed to share experiences with in my life. I am grateful for all of the people in my life who've caused me pain, because it's the pain that I endured and experienced that helps me learn. That helps me learn to value myself from the inside, from here. And I love myself more now than I've ever loved myself my entire life. I spend most of my time alone or taking care of my son. And he's the most important thing to me. Becoming a mother saved my life. Before I was a mother, I was living a lie. I was people-pleasing. I drank a lot, partied a lot. I lived that lifestyle. I didn't know who I was. I was changing careers. I was changing jobs. I was seeking and seeking and seeking, and I just couldn't figure it out. It wasn't until I became a mom that I learned in my caring for my son how much I had actually neglected my own self. And he has taught me countless things. He is the number one blessing that I have received in this lifetime. And when I am not with him, I feel there's some stuff going on that's tough to talk about right now, and probably not. Let's just say I've been encouraging my son to speak up for himself. He finally spoke up for himself, and yet here we still weren't heard. He wasn't heard. He has to go somewhere where he doesn't feel safe, and yet that's where he is right now. And this is one of those times where I have to just trust and have faith that everything is going to turn out the way that it's supposed to turn out. And that he's got his own spirit guides and angels watching over him. I never thought when I became a mom, I never thought that I would be in a situation where safety would be an issue. Someone's riding by, jamming to their music. See? That's the universe right there showing me that there's joy in everything. And I gotta stay present and enjoy this time that I was given to go on a wander and sit and be for a while. When you start focusing on your own self-growth and your own healing, miraculous things happen. I've experienced so many miracles in my life. I lost count. I started losing count. I have learned to worry less and to trust more. I love listening to the birds sing their songs. See, I almost went down a road. I almost got upset over something that's completely out of my control at this point in time. And I was given something in my visual and in my hearing to say, hey, hold on a minute. Come back to your center. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to work out the way it's meant to work out. It always does at the end of the day. So many of us have lived, or there might be a lot of you out there living in situations where you just don't feel safe. And feeling safe is the number one necessity for building a foundation of self-love. I feel more safe outside with nature than I do in big city, that's for sure. Although cities are fun to visit. I am present in this moment, listening to the birds, letting the sun shine down on my face a little. There's some clouds up there, moving slow. Affirmations. I am grateful for all the beauty in the world. I am me. Let me be. Let me be who I'm supposed to be. That message is for a lot of people in my life who don't want to see me succeed. I am successful. I am content with my life right now. Despite the stuff going on that's causing me distress, I'm still incredibly grateful. I have come so far in my healing journey. I have come so far. And I have much further to go. These birds are helping me connect with spirit. I'm gonna go do that now. Thank you for joining me here on the Bizzy Show. Be love, be light, believe.